You know that feeling when you want everything to be just right? That little voice in your head that says, it's never good enough. Do you ever feel like that? Well, you're not alone. Stay with us as we talk about how trying to be perfect might be making your life harder and what you can do about it. Before we start, let's take a quick moment. Have you ever not tried something new because you were scared it wouldn't be perfect? Maybe it was a new hobby, a work project, or even talking to someone new. If you have, type yes in the comments below. Let's see how many of us have felt this way. Understanding perfectionism. So, what is perfectionism? It's not just about wanting to do things well. It's about setting super high standards for yourself and feeling like a failure if you don't reach them. It's that feeling that nothing you do is ever good enough. Does that sound familiar to you? There's a big difference between trying your best and toxic perfectionism. Trying your best is setting high goals and working hard to reach them, but knowing when to stop and be happy with what you've done. Toxic perfectionism, on the other hand, means never feeling happy, no matter how much you achieve. Can you see yourself in this? Let me know in the comments. Perfectionism isn't just about wanting to be perfect. It's about being scared of being less than perfect. It's the fear of failing, making mistakes, and being judged by others. This way of thinking can affect every part of our lives, from work to relationships to hobbies. It's really tiring, isn't it? The negative impact of perfectionism. Let's talk about how trying to be perfect can hurt our feelings. Always trying to be perfect can make us feel worried, sad, and really hard on ourselves. You might think you're just working hard, but you're actually making yourself stressed all the time. Have you ever stayed awake at night thinking about every little mistake you made during the day? This stress is heavy. Perfectionists often have low self-esteem because no matter what they do, it's never enough. This constant self-criticism can make you lose confidence over time. You start to believe that you're not good enough and that you'll never be good enough. This is a hard place to be, and many of us feel this way silently. You might think perfectionism helps you get more done, but it often does the opposite. Perfectionists can be big procrastinators. The fear of not doing something perfectly can stop you from starting at all. Does this sound like you? Do you put off tasks because you're afraid you won't do them well enough? Procrastination because of perfectionism is a bad cycle. You delay starting because you're scared it won't be perfect, and the longer you wait, the harder it seems. This can lead to missed chances and not reaching your potential. How many times have you delayed starting something because you feared it wouldn't be perfect? Share your stories in the comments. And then there's the effect on relationships. High expectations can make relationships with family, friends, and colleagues difficult. Perfectionists can be very hard to please, which can lead to arguments and disappointment. Do you sometimes feel like you're too hard on the people around you? Have you noticed how your need for perfection affects your loved ones? Imagine expecting your partner to be perfect in every way. It's not only unfair but also impossible. This constant criticism can push people away, leaving you feeling alone. It's important to see that perfectionism doesn't just affect you, it affects everyone around you. Real-life examples. Let me tell you a personal story. I used to spend hours editing my videos trying to make every little detail perfect. I was never happy with the result and always found something to change. It got so bad that I felt tired and didn't look forward to making new videos. This constant need for perfection was taking away my creativity and joy. Think about famous people like Steve Jobs or Serena Williams. They are known for being perfectionists, which helped them become very successful. But these same perfectionist habits also caused them a lot of stress and sometimes hurt their relationships and health. Can you see how perfectionism can be both good and bad? Even people we admire for their success have had the same struggles. Take the story of Brené Brown, who is famous for her work on vulnerability and shame. She talks openly about how her perfectionism almost stopped her career. She learned that trying to be perfect was keeping her from being real and connecting with others. Her journey of accepting her imperfections has inspired millions of people. Why we fall into the perfectionism trap. Why do we fall into the perfectionism trap? A lot of it comes from societal pressures and social media. We see perfect versions of other people's lives online and feel we need to be like them. Have you ever looked at Instagram and felt like everyone else has it all figured out? Social media can make us want to be perfect. We see pictures of perfect vacations, perfect bodies, and perfect homes, but we don't see the hard work, struggles, and mistakes behind those photos. It's important to remember that what we see online is often just the good parts, not the full story. How we were raised can also affect us. If you grew up in a place where only the best was good enough, you might have learned to set high standards for yourself. Or maybe you have always been very critical of yourself. Do you know where your perfectionism comes from? Thinking about this can help you start to change breaking free from perfectionism. So, how do we stop being perfectionists? First, it's important to set goals that are realistic. Understand that not everything has to be perfect. Sometimes good enough is truly good enough. Accept your imperfections. They make you unique. Remember, nobody is perfect, and that's okay. Be kind to yourself when you make mistakes. What's one part of your life where you could start being kinder to yourself? Share it in the comments below. Being mindful and aware of yourself can also help. Take a moment each day to think about your thoughts and feelings. Are you being too hard on yourself? Can you let go of the need for everything to be perfect? Try writing about your experiences in a journal and see if you notice any patterns. Another helpful tip is to break tasks into smaller, manageable steps. This can make big projects feel less overwhelming and help you make progress without needing everything to be perfect. Have you ever tried this? How did it work for you? Finding balance. Balance is important. It's okay to have high standards, but they should be achievable and flexible. Enjoy the process, not just the result. Celebrate small wins and learn from failures. How do you find balance in your life? Share your tips in the comments below. Set boundaries for yourself. For example, decide to spend only 2 hours on a project and then move on. This can stop you from getting stuck trying to make everything perfect. It's about finding the right balance where you aim for excellence without it taking over your life. Be around supportive people who understand your struggles and encourage you to accept imperfections. Sometimes having a friend or family member remind you that it's okay to be imperfect can make a big difference. In conclusion, perfectionism can be a big problem in our lives. It can affect our happiness, productivity, and relationships. But by recognizing these tendencies and taking steps to manage them, we can break free and start living more fulfilling lives. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being real. You can change your mindset and accept your imperfections. Thanks for joining me today. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more content. Let's continue this journey together towards a healthier, more balanced life. Until next time, take care and remember, you matter. Let's keep the conversation going. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. How has perfectionism affected your life, and what steps are you taking to overcome it? I can't wait to hear from you.